Then may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello everybody, welcome to D&D Play 20. We are a live D&D role-playing channel. And we are going to rock tonight. Okay, so thank you, Brentley. I love that countdown myself. And, well, we have a couple of players running a little behind tonight. Let me adjust my camera location. And so we are going to try to talk a little before we start so that one of them can get logged on. And then we'll start with me and two players, and I'll start the recap then. So, because I want Jeff to hear the recap. Oh, and here he comes. Wow, that was quick. So, switching screens.
I love that photo.
Hey
Good
there.
evening. Sorry about that.
Hey, work happens.
Yeah, I took next week off, and I had to go out to my site. And my contractor is a good dude, but good Lord, he loves to talk. And the minute I got out there, I was like, "Oh shit! There's no way. There's no
We
way."
are live, just so you know.
Are we?
Okay, so we started a little late tonight, so I wanted to wait till you logged on before I started the recap. And since you're on,
Cool.
I can start the recap. So is everybody ready?
Ready?
They started as prisoners of the Drow. But that was 19 episodes ago. So much has changed since then. Nameless has come to trust his new friends and is learning to put their welfare above his own. Seraphim has become as steady as a rock, his strong but silent demeanor never faltering. Unthgar has learned to temper his rage into a deadly weapon of power. Wenny has become an uplifting presence, offering encouragement even as he picks the pockets of friends and enemies. And Zargos. He has become a true master of stealth, using his weapons to bring death upon the party's enemies in an efficient manner. 5 adventures, 76 hours, hundreds of choices. Each moment, each of those decisions has led them here, on a quest to find their way out of the Underdark. A quest fraught with peril. A quest not without its casualties. Tavius is dead. Kino has disappeared to parts of the abyss unknown, and even the allies they made while imprisoned have been killed, or have gone missing. By following and watching live, missed a little part. Luckily, these adventures are not alone. They have you, the Pantheon. By following and watching live, you earn Pantheon points to spend and aid them. Or by subscribing or donating, you keep this channel going. But sometimes Sometimes, even the best of intentions can be subverted by the Underdark's most powerful creatures. Sometimes, even the combined might of our Underdark heroes and the Pantheon is not enough to stop the spreading darkness. Now, a Demogorgon is loose in the Underdark, searching, devouring, corrupting. But the spies messed up again. Only one day ago, our heroes reached Gracklstugh, a port city along the Dark Lake, where they hoped to resupply, sell their stolen boat, and set out on foot into the tunnels of the Underdark. But the spies of the Drow have found them, and the priestess Ilvera may not be far behind, determined to punish our heroes and drag them back to Valkenvelve. And only last evening, our heroes were confronted by a powerful demon in the land of dreams, forcing them to make their way through a dungeon filled with traps, where they faced hellhounds, half-demons, and the demon himself. And perhaps the most disturbing thing? This demon may well have been the weakest they would face in the Underdark. An unsettling feeling is spread over the party. As they wake into a new day, repairs have been made to their boat. And when we last left our heroes of the Underdark, they had awakened from a nightmare. And our heroes need your help more than ever. The dangers ahead are more powerful, more deadly than any they have faced. They will need you, the Pantheon, to help them through. And that is where we begin. Let's see. Okay. So, guys, we have some people arriving late, some people that couldn't make it tonight. So we are kind of winging it for the 20th episode. When we left, Unthgar had decapitated one of the Drow elves and tossed the body overboard, saving the head for who knows what. Nameless was in a trance-like state in low power mode below deck, and he was unresponsive. Meanwhile, Jacob is below deck observing Nameless, trying to figure out what is wrong with him, and also watching over the hole that was patched on the ship, where hopefully it will hold in case y'all need to make a quick getaway. You have one Drow prisoner left. You have Stool. You have Shelob. You have Isel. And you have a boat that is held together by, well, webbing, pretty much. And as you are below deck, preparing to come up above deck, the body of the dead Drow, the headless Drow, that Unthgar tossed in the water, is drifting on the dark lake, but the current is pushing it towards shore. It is a new day, as far as you know. In the marketplace, in the bazaar, people are stirring about, starting to open up their shops. You can only assume this is morning because there is no sunlight in the Underdark. And so, as you wake up, from that nightmarish dream, you have a feeling coming over you that makes you tremble a little bit. You feel as though the worst is yet to come. So, since Zargos was here first, Zargos, what do you do when you open your eyes? Well, actually, I think y'all already woke up because the Unthgar killed the Drow. So, I don't know if that happened at night or in the morning. Does anyone remember?
I thought we took care of that in the evening, right?
Okay. If we didn't, we'll retcon it so it did.
Yeah, I thought we did, and then we left the one alive to guide us. Is that not
That makes sense.
correct?
Right. Seraphim had just left the ship. He was upset about the moment where the crown was placed on the Drow's head, and he just poofed out of assistance. And we were able to retrieve the crown after using a remove curse scroll. I don't think did we rest after this? I don't think that we actually did, right?
I think while you were in the dream state, you got the benefits of a full rest.
Right. But
And
then
so-
afterwards, we did all the interrogation of the Drow. I went to the shop to identify the crown, came back. I think that Unthgar, he was doing his thing at the time. Simultaneously, we did the crown, removed it, put it in the bag of holding. Seraphim left, and that's where we left off.
Okay.
I think that's what
I
happened, right?
remember that
Jeff?
now.
Yeah, that seems right.
Okay, so not retconning. And somebody keeps messaging me on Discord. It is Mark. He's saying
Right.
we left it to start in the morning. Okay, so we figured it out.
Okay.
So, all right, and he said that in chat too. So it is the beginning. He'll be here in 30 minutes. It is the beginning of the day. Those things that Zargos said have happened so far. It was, I believe it was so early that when he decapitated the Drow that most people were still in bed, but they started to stir toward the end of the episode. And that's when the shops started opening, and then that's when Zargos went to get the crown identified.
Right.
So, and that is where we'll start tonight. So,
Okay.
as you return to the ship Zargos,
I'm already below deck after removing the crown, giving it to Wenny so that he could put it in the bag of holding, and that's where I left off.
okay. Alrighty, so Wenny, are you awake?
Yeah, I think Winnie would be stirring.
All right. So, a little bit has happened while you were asleep. The dream, of course. Fighting demons. As I recall, it unnerved Winnie a little bit. All these demons and that sort of thing seemed to be a little bit upsetting. So, you guys can start talking to one another. Zargos, did you want to tell him about the crown?
Right. Well, he saw. I explained that to him in the last episode that it was a crown that apparently was cursed. I didn't know how. I didn't know that it was cursed. I wanted to try it on someone so that if it would be, because every time that we would put it on, it started to shrink on top of our heads, and then I would think that it would just maybe crush our skulls. So I tried it on the drow to see, hey, if it's gonna kill anyone, it's gonna kill the drow, not us. And it actually made him invisible, but we couldn't take it back. So that's when I learned what a curse was. Gladly, I had just bought a remove curse scroll that I used, and we were able to release a curse and then take it back. And I talked to Winnie about it at the time. What Stargos would like to do now, it would be to just walk around the boat, seeing if everything is in order, and he will go upstairs, go around. I guess I noticed a pool of blood on the ship.
Yes.
Or okay. And Unthgar, is he awake?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So I'll ask
He's
Unthgar.
got a smile on his face.
I'll ask Unthgar. Where's the other prisoner?
Oh, I cut off his head and threw the body in the water. See? And he holds up the head of the dead drow.
You did what?
I cut off his head.
Okay, not like we need him alive, but did you tie a rock or anything heavy around his body to dispose of it?
No, I just tossed the body overboard.
Bodies float.
It's the dark lake. No one will see it.
If somebody finds it, they're gonna start looking for whoever did this, and I don't want to be getting ourselves in trouble.
Well, it drifted
Agreed.
east.
No.
Let me go search for it, and I'll hop on Isel. I'll call her and hop on Isel, and together start doing a flying east to see if I can spot it.
Okay.
So let's pretend that I'm there with Isel, where Isel is, and I'm starting to go east.
And I'm gonna whistle for Shelob and call her down.
Yeah, she just witnessed a decapitation.
She's probably hungry.
Okay, so as Isel and Zargos lift off the deck and start flying to the east, you spot the body floating in the water, blood leaking into the dark lake from the neck, and the head is obviously not on it, and it is slowly drifting towards shore.
I'll signal Isel to swoop down and grab him.
And if she misses, then Shelob can launch a web to hold it in place so that Isel can make a second attack.
Unthgar shakes his head and says, "We are leaving. Who cares? Let's stop wasting time and leave already."
I don't know if I can hear him where I'm at, but if I did, I am ignoring him.
It's better not to burn bridges. We may need to help from this place before we're done with our escape. Also, we don't want anyone to remember us, and because they might lead bounty hunters in our direction. Though I do respect your direct approach.
just more weight to carry. What are you gonna do with the body?
I think between the bat and the spider, they'll drain the blood, and we can hack it up or weight it down.
Do we really have time for this?
It won't take much time. Maybe we can pack it into Nameless's trunk and sink it.
Okay. Just let's hurry and leave this infernal place. Can you tell I'm being told what to say?
That's
You're doing
awesome.
a good job with the accent.
That is awesome.
It's almost like Mark's right here with us.
Love it, love it. So, am I grabbing the corpse or?
Oh yeah, you easily. Isel reaches down with her feet, her
Yeah, I guess
Claws.
claws or whatever
And-
it has, and
and lifts the body out of the water. The weight is a little heavy, but it is there's less of the body there, so it's a little bit lighter than it could have been.
right.
And she flaps harder and maybe screeches a little bit, and then she starts lifting the two, you and the body, upward and turning toward the boat again.
All right, so we're gonna be dropping the body on the boat,
Okay.
and I'm gonna dismount Isel.
May as well
and
drop
then-
him where the blood is.
Right. And then I'll give Isel a good berry as a treat.
If you do that, Isel will be full and won't want to
Yeah.
eat.
No, I don't want her to eat. Last time that she ate the trolls, they came back to life, and
Yeah,
we're not doing that again,
we don't need zombies. That's how
Right.
you get zombies.
right? So I look at Wendy and said, "Hey, is there a way that we can tie him to something heavy? I'm gonna look for not the anchor, of course, but something heavy that we have in our ship here that we can perhaps add some weight." So
There's
that
got to
he-
be an empty chest below deck and some ballast stones or pig iron. Yeah, there's definitely something.
There's
Anything
an
that is heavy.
inactive Warforged too.
Right, but we're not thinking of doing that. So, I mean, it could be an oops moment.
Yeah, there are some weights and that sort of thing in there. Unthgar kind of snickers a little bit and says, "We should tie him to Nameless. Toss them both overboard." And of course, he's got a little rage issue, so there's some sandbags below deck. There are
So I'm looking for those things, okay? I'm
Well,
looking
there's gotta
around
be
for.
some ballast stones or something.
If I don't find anything that we can use, then I'll entertain the idea of tying it to the Warforge.
Zargos, what's your passive perception?
17.
Okay, as you are searching, you see the sandbags and burlap sacks and tied shut, and as you pick one up to carry to the upper deck, you notice a coin laying on beneath it.
Okay. I'll pick it up and take a look at it.
This coin is carved of wood. It's got the symbol of a tree trunk etched into it on both
Okay.
sides.
I recall this. And do I need to roll a history check or?
Sure, give me a history
Oh.
check.
I've seen this before. I'm not really good at history, but we'll see. 11.
I'll give you advantage on that, so it's a 14.
Okay.
Okay, so you seem to recall this symbol that's etched into the coin from something from your past where a temple, the priest inside a temple had given you aid at one point, had helped
Right.
you. It
Right.
is a symbol of Eldath, the mother of. Let me pull that.
The
up.
waters.
Yep, mother of the waters.
Right. So what Sargus then found is a symbol of the goddess Eldeth. That's where, when he was a kid, he was very little, he was dropped off by his father and left to live with the under the care of the priests of that temple. And that's where he grew up for the first few years of his life until he just started to live in the wilderness. So he hasn't seen this symbol for a long time, but it reminded him of the temple where he was at as a kid.
As Zargos remembers this, he feels a warmth radiate throughout his body, starting from the coin. And it just kind of works its way up through your arm, past your elbow, past your shoulders, and just fills your entire body with peace, calm, and warmth.
I look at the coin again. I close my eyes, put it in my pocket, and start grabbing some sandbags or something and start climbing back up.
Okay. Winnie, you see him coming up from below deck carrying a large sandbag.
Does he look different in any way?
No, he looks the same.
Okay.
Pretty calm. You know.
Right. I go over to assist with the sandbags and whatever scraps of rope we find to trice up this morbid package to dump overboard.
I don't know why there's an initiative window open, but
I was making sure I was connected.
oh, okay. Alrighty. So, do you have? You're gonna need to fasten this sandbag to the body,
Sure.
and of course, if you want Sheila to have a meal, you might want to have her eat a little bit now.
I'll see if she's interested in dining before. She may like only live prey. I don't know.
Alrighty.
But I will get her to wrap him up with the sandbags in web before we dump. Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Perfect.
Okay.
Hobbit style.
So, with her front few legs, she picks up the body and starts turning it with the sandbag up against it and spraying web all around it. And just keeps turning the body until there's a cocoon. And then lays down the cocoon again.
All right, I'll look at Zargos and we can alley-oop it over the off side of the boat away from the shore.
Okay.
But first I want to glance around, make sure no one's watching us.
Right. Same here.
No one is watching at this point in time.
Okay.
But you know what? Let's leave it to the dice. Both of you roll stealth.
I'm really
Yes.
bad at it.
27.
I'm gonna fade into the shadows. 26.
Okay. No one notices as you ease it over the railing and into the water. And as you look over the side of the boat, you see it sinking. And you see bubbles coming up as it sinks to the bottom. And then the bubbles gradually become less and less and finally stop.
You see, Umthgar? This is what we have to do with a corpse, okay? We can't just leave him out there for everyone to see. We can get in trouble. We don't need any trouble right now.
I threw him overboard. I figured we were leaving.
It's all right, man. It's all right, little guy. And then I say...
Who you calling little?
And I look down. Nobody. And then I go...
Help me wash this puddle up. We got to get rid of this, and we're going to sell this boat.
I thought we were keeping the boat.
Now we're selling the boat. We're going overland, aren't we?
I believe so. We all casted a vote, and it was determined that we will be selling the boat. We'll be going on foot.
Here, don't forget the head.
Why
The
don't you
head
save
can
that for your own private collection?
Trouble, no trouble. I don't clean up dead bodies. I just create them.
Well, in this case, just help me out, bud.
And
No. On second thought, you need to get into your costume. I mean, your disguise. You need to get into your disguise.
Wait.
I'll take care of this.
I thought we decided against that. This is what I
No.
meant about keeping the boat. I thought we were going to leave right away.
We are, but first you have to sell your father's boat. Oh, fair-bottomed one.
Can't we just stay on the Dark Lake? Do we still have to do this? And he grumbles.
I believe Stool said that it will be easier to go on inland, and if we get attacked by any other large creature in the water, we might not be able to make it.
But I got these great teeth last time.
Well, you can get some teeth on dry land, my friend.
That's for sure.
Not a
here's your wig.
megalodon tooth.
Just go downstairs and do the makeup just like I did it last time. And remember, ladies pinch, whores use rouge. So, pinch.
Let's see. How does he react? Give me a second. Thinking it through. I'll pitch you overboard. And then he grumbles and he goes below deck.
And I turn to Zargos and say, obviously he knows what's good for him.
Of course.
I heard that!
All right, I'm going to make sure the document looks good.
I'll be cleaning the pool of blood if I have some water, or I can get some water in a bucket.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's easy. That should be
So
easy.
if we do have a bucket tied to a rope or so, I'll just get water from the lake and dump it off there. Use a mop or broom or any scrub that I can use and just clean it.
Alrighty. And
And I'm going to make sure anything that looks old and worn out is stowed away and not visible. And make sure, like, our best dock lines are being used to tie the boat. Our best sails are the ones that are on the mast. Put the older stuff in the lockers. That way it looks like a newer boat.
okay. And here is the bill of sale. So the viewers.
Peter, I've got a better version that actually has seals on it, which looks better. Let me...
Okay, here is not the bill of sale.
Let me see if I can find it. I don't know why, but that first one, when it transferred to you, it didn't show up. Here we go.
Alrighty.
Let's see. Copy image.
You know, this being our 20th episode, I would like to ask Zargos a question.
Okay.
When the series first started, Zargos showed up in a prison. What was his impression of the other prisoners back when that happened?
Well, not sure. Everyone was fairly quiet until Tavius and Wenny arrived. He was just mainly focused on thinking of a plan, maybe when to act in order to escape. He was fairly new to the Underdark, so he wasn't really that knowledgeable about ways to get around, and he wanted more information about the whereabouts where he was and how to get out of there. But looking at the other people in the prison, everything started to fall into place once Tavius and Wenny got into the prison. I mean, that's when things started to get moving. I was really impressed on how Wenny was able to pick the guards and obtain the keys, and how he was able to also pick the all the shackles, the manacles that we had. So at that time, I was really confident that we had something going, and that's the first time that Zargos felt that this could be a great thing, a great group of people to be able to escape this horrible place.
Nice. So right now on screen, we have the official bill of sale. The quick claim deed, forged by Wenny himself, Wenlavish.
Nice. I love the seals.
Thank you.
And let's see.
And welcome, Mark.
Yes, welcome back.
Yep.
Welcome on, Mark. Good to see you.
Hello. How is everyone doing?
Very well.
Thank you.
Good.
So you've still got the head, Mark.
Oh, yeah, I know they heard me. I don't want the head. No, they don't want it. I'm tossing it overboard.
I mean, the head shouldn't really float because heads are heavier than really. It's not like the body that has a lot of water and also some air in the lungs. So the heads should actually sink.
Okay. So
Very little fat.
At least you hope.
A head is about 13 to 15 pounds
yeah.
of a human head. So
This is a drow though, so I'd give it about 9 pounds. So,
yeah, but they're skinny. I don't think that there's anything really enough for it to float. I mean, it would need particularly air to float,
yeah.
and the head doesn't really accumulate any air, so he should really sink.
Yeah, I'm sure no one will discover it,
Hopefully.
Let's see.
So what are we gonna do now?
Well,
I'm
you
getting
are
dressed,
below
right?
deck.
Yeah, I'm getting dressed.
Uh,
You're gonna when he's gonna let me get dressed by myself without supervision, I might ruin his wig.
as long as we get the boat sold, that's all I care about.
Did we actually find a buyer yet? We didn't even find a buyer.
Yeah,
what are we
we-
supposed to do?
we-
Walk around town like this?
No, we have a buyer.
Okay.
So, those of you who are on deck, top deck there, please give me a perception roll.
A passive perception would not do.
Passive can work.
17
22.
Are you back?
See.
Oh, yeah.
or 22 also, yeah.
You notice a Dero on the shore. He comes out, he sets down a bucket. He's got a long pole in his hand. At the end, at one end of the pole, is tied a string. And on the other end of the string, he ties a hook. And then he reaches in the bucket and he puts some bait on the hook. And then he casts it out into the water and just kind of sits down on the ground and yawns and starts fishing.
May I use my fishing skill to see if this guy knows what he's doing?
Well, I can tell you because of your role that he's just chilling. I mean, I don't know if there's any expert fishers. He's probably not an expert fisher.
Okay.
Otherwise, he'd be on a boat. But
So he's like a +3, whereas I'm a +7, is what you're saying.
probably, or a +2, or a +0. Who knows? Not that we would
Okay.
think about pluses.
Right. Is he spying on us?
From what you can tell, he's not. In fact, he's almost completely ignoring you. I mean, I'm sure if y'all made some noise, he'd look your way and frown because you're scaring away the fish, but
Okay. I will spread the word to just to, keep it a little bit quiet for this guy. We don't want to attract the attention. And as soon as Uthgar is ready, we're going to go sell this thing to Brooks the merchant.
okay. So, do we have any artwork of Uthgar dressed as a woman?
Nope. And we will not.
I can rustle something up, but you're not going to like it.
Yeah, I saw your thing that you did that one time, Monsieur Jefferson.
Let's see. Well, he's got a long beard, but I guess
No, I've got it. I've got it. I don't know about copyright infringement, but this is too good.
Come on, let us see,
I'm
let us see.
posted. If that doesn't sell a boat for us, I don't know what will.
Where do you post it? Where at?
In the Discord,
I see it.
the public chat.
Oh, nice.
public chat.
Public chat.
I think this looks a little better.
The bottom one's the one we're saving.
Oh.
Nice
Okay,
text.
so
Okay.
this image is made by Silvestre. So we can thank
What's that
Silvestre
last one?
for this very special image of Uthgar. Okay, it's not really Uthgar, but it's who we're going to say Uthgar looks like. He comes up on deck. His facial hair was white when he went below deck, or gray. And now all of his body hair has been colored red. And this is what he looks like. He did a marvelous job.
See? Pinch. It looks so much more natural. See, Zargos?
Definitely. I like the flower touch.
And the freckles.
That's a great job.
Oh, it's
Very
not
nice.
popping up on the.
Good.
Good.
That's okay. I
Uh.
can do this. There we go. Now they can see it. This is what Uthgar looks like. I hope Sylvestra doesn't mind us using this. Uthgar, the dwarf, has dressed as your character.
And I tell Umkar, go like this. And I say, you got a little lipstick right on that tooth. And I pull out my handkerchief and buff it off of the tooth.
And I push his hand away. Get away from me.
Oh, you.
You're playing hard to get, huh? That's good. That works too.
It suits you.
So-
Yeah.
Now remember, if anybody gropes you in the street, you cannot rip their head off. Not till after we sell the boat, anyway.
No, you can slap him in the face. That's all valid.
That would be funny to watch him.
Let's
dead.
just get this over with. Stop talking. Let's just go, please. Go.
After you, my lady.
Oh, after you, you're my guard.
Actually, Zargos is your guard. I'm going to represent you as your attorney.
Okay, good. So I don't have to talk much. Good.
So where was it that you were going to sell this boat at?
Brooks the merchant is said to be in the market, and I believe that's over in the Goldborn's Lair Inn or near there.
Oh yeah, the inn. Okay.
In that little shopping center near the inn,
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay. So, we'll just theater of the mind it, and you all go over there. Hey, I have a theater of the mind screen. Cool.
I'm going to put my arm out.
As you depart the ship and start walking toward the bazaar, the inn is actually located in the back of the bazaar, and there are shops around the west side of it. You come. I have to say, I need a persuasion roll by Uthgar,
Okay.
and then a deception roll.
Okay. Persuasion first.
He did have assistance with my disguise kit.
Okay.
Not bad.
And then deception, right? Deception.
Oh, nice.
Not
Okay,
bad.
so-
Not bad at all.
So, as he struts his stuff and wiggles his tush, kind of eyeing Wenny and Zargos as he walks, he seems to be fooling some people. You know, not a lot of people pay a lot of mind to him, but once in a while, someone, a Diro is walking by, something like that, and he gives the Diro a little wink, shifts his eyebrows, and blushes, and keeps
Yeah, no,
walking.
that's too far. I don't blush.
And so y'all reach the merchant shop and you go in. When you enter, the smell, not of wood, more like zirkwood, thick. As you know, in the Underdark, they don't have many trees. What they do have is a mushroom that grows tall, very tall, and the stalks are very hard. And they use this as wood. And so that is the odor. And you see planks, you see various items, wooden barrels. You see, this is a supply store. for building things. You see wrenches, you see numerous items that would help you. In fact, the stuff that you would need to really repair the ship is located in this store. So, as you enter, a drow looks up, and he kind of wrinkles his forehead a little bit, looking at at least two of you, and he kind of cocks his head like, "Do I know them from somewhere?"
Can I
Then
kick
he
'em?
looks at Unthgar and shakes his head and thinks to himself, "I sure hope not."
Thanks.
And he says, "What may I do for you?"
And I say, "Good morning, my good sir. I am Fezziwig Barlow, Esquire, and I represent my lady. And we are selling a boat and would like to speak to Master Brooks, please."
"I am Master Brooks," and he turns to Unthgar and says, "My lady, what is your name?"
Do I have to?
Yeah, that's why he's asking.
Unscar, the fair bottom.
I'm afraid, unless you want to roll deception with disadvantage, you're going to have to make that sound a little more feminine.
Oh yeah, I'm a dwarf. How much more feminine do I have to make it?
Well, let's hear what you can do.
Oh yeah, sure. My name is Uthgar the Fairbottom.
Perfect.
Better?
I won't even make you roll deception. That was so good.
Now, I want to note what this guy's reaction is when she says her full name.
He looks at her and says, "My, what a sensual voice you have, milady." And he leans forward and takes your rough hand in his and bends forward and kisses the top of your hand.
At which point, Winnie knocks on the desk and says, "Let's keep it professional, sir."
"Oh, of course," and lets go of the hand. A little bit of hair gets on his lips that he brushes off from the back of Unthgar's hand.
I will produce the... actually, I'm not going to produce anything till he asks. The boat we have is a...
Oh, you have a boat? Do you need repairs for the boat?
No, we are actually in the market to sell it. We have to travel by land henceforth, so a boat does us no good, and I'm not sure when we'll be back through here, so we don't feel comfortable letting it to anyone. We figure we would just as well sell it. It's a fine vessel, and it's transported us nearly all the way across Stark Lake.
Well, that would seem a wise choice. I have to tell you, I am looking for a boat. I need to ship supplies here and there. But I'm afraid times are rough. So I'm not sure how much I could offer you for the boat.
Well, it's a brigantine. Not the fastest vessel, but has plenty of room for cargo. It's in very fine shape. Well appointed, and we're going to leave what supplies we haven't used aboard, as we cannot transport them over land. Make me an offer.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I would, of course, have to see it first to evaluate it. I assume this boat actually is yours.
Of course.
Oh, I'm sorry, the ladies.
Of course.
And he glances at Uthgar, smiles a little bit into her eyes, and his eyes shift to Zargos, and he says, "Now, who is this gentleman?"
My manservant.
As the lady said.
I just want to get this over with.
Well, I might be persuaded. I'll have to view the ship first, but perhaps we could go to review the ship and then settle things
I gotta
over
answer this phone. I'll be
breakfast.
right back.
Of course. That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Of course, Milady Uthgar should sit next to me.
Well, that is my lady's choice, of course.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta answer the door. My phone's here. I'll be
Okay.
right back.
We won't commit you to too much.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll keep this guy from getting too handsy.
So he follows you all out the door, and he closes the door to his shop and turns a key to lock it, and hangs a sign outside the door on a hook saying, "We'll return in 15 minutes or so,"
Where does he put the key?
in his pocket.
I want to note which pocket.
He puts it in his right pocket.
Right pocket. Noted.
Okay, so, and you all start leading him back to the ship. Now, he hangs behind a little bit, and when you glance back, you can see him checking out the hindquarters of the Lady Uthgar.
Luckily, I put falsies in with the costume. So we're this is like Kardashian level.
Oh, okay.
And I'll leave it at that.
My, what large buttocks you have.
I don't call it gluteus maximus for nothing.
Maximus, I like that. And so you arrive at the ship. I have a quick out of game question. Is the hunting trap still set? I think y'all retrieved it, right?
We did because something triggered it.
Oh yeah, it snapped shut on Jacob's animal. His warg.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's saved against poison.
that's right. Yeah.
So, the warg is actually still on the dock guarding the ship. Jacob has left the ship, of course, but as you all lead him to the merchant to the ship, he haphazardly climbs aboard. He glances down and he sees the slight remains a reddening of the deck in a certain area.
If he asks, I'll say, we were just fishing and caught a nice big fish.
A delicious bass.
Very nice big
Nice.
fish. We had a great meal last night.
I see. Oh, I just deleted the wrong one. Actually, he's gone anyways. Let me clear a couple things here. There we go. Okay. Now, as he climbs aboard, he looks up after accepting your explanation. He sees a giant spider, and he sees a giant bat. He sees the warg on the dock guarding the ship. Ooh, do these come with the ship?
Unfortunately, no. Those were collected by my lady for her personal menagerie back at the manor. They are traveling with us.
Ooh, I like how you use big words like menagerie. And he kind of makes his way around the ship, and he's investigating, looking over whatever that pointy thing on the front of the ship is.
Bowsprit.
Yeah, that thing. And he looks over the rigging, and he looks over the aft and the starboard, and all of that stuff that I don't know. And he investigates the wheel. I don't know. Steering
I'm
wheel.
going to use the telepathy to tell Zargos to dash below and pour a big glass of rum for him and three equally sized glasses of mostly water for us. Put enough rum that it colors it. That way we can try and get him drunk while we stay sober.
And then I'll do as he suggested.
Okay. And after a few minutes, you come back out on deck and you offer him the first cup, and you all are partaking of this rum.
And when he says, the rum does come with the ship.
Oh, it is quite good. Oh, I suppose I should look below deck as well. And he makes his way.
Let's not rush business. Have another glass.
And then at the meantime, I'm gonna pour another glass, and I'll go down. What we don't want is for him to see the damage, right?
Bingo.
Right.
And Seraphim did a marvelous job of disguising it, but
Right.
You know.
So I'm gonna head down there very calmly on my own, and I'm gonna look at the area where we had the big damage to the.
Yeah,
to
you had pulled some. Seraphim had pulled some planks off the dock,
Right.
the surrounding docks and stuff, and between him and Shelob, a pretty good repair was made, and I believe he made it so that it wasn't noticeable.
Okay.
But
I mean,
if you're not sure you want to risk it, you could always pile what remains about 5 sandbags in that area.
Right. So I wanna look at the area and see if it actually looks decent enough or not. And if I see that it still doesn't look good, I'll put my hand on it and then close my eyes and wish that it would be. I wish it could be better. It could be fixed. And I do have a new spell called Mending.
Okay.
oh.
So
And
as you
I don't
cast-
know if it will fix it, but
As you cast it, you feel warmth beginning where you put the coin, radiating up through your arm and through your hand, and you feel it through the surface of your palm touching the wood, and then it completely seals and repairs the ship so that it's clean and like new.
I gasp. And I grab the coin. And I say, Lady Eldath, it's you. Thank you. I almost forgotten about you. And then I hold the coin very dearly in my hand. And I'll keep it in my hand for now. and then I head up back up.
Okay. So you come out on deck, and the what was the salesman's name, merchant's name again?
Brooks.
Brooks. Brooks is finishing off his second glass, and
Winnie's like, like lifting the bottom to make sure he's finishing it. And then I'm going to signal to Zargos for one more.
Okay.
okay, so Zargos pours it, and you encourage the man to drink some more alcohol. It is affecting him at this point. It is affecting him in a powerful way. He starts kind of. He becomes unsteady on his feet, and he says, "I think I've had enough of that. That is some very powerful rum."
It's very good. It comes from a place called Richport.
Very good. I will have to. Whew, I will have to make sure I acquire more of that.
Well,
Is
there's
there
plenty
more?
in the stores. There's plenty below.
Oh, I do believe I could sell that for a profit. Speaking of below, I shall have to go below to investigate and look over.
Sure. And Sargos says, birds need to jump out of their nests in order to learn how to fly. And this is all a thieves' cant, saying that everything is fine. Somehow the ship's repaired.
Okay, Winnie gives Zargos a quick quizzical glance, then decides now's not the time to get into this, and shakes off the surprise and gets back into character, and motions for the merchant to go below decks.
Okay. So, the three of you, Brooks, am I right? Brooks,
Yeah.
Brooks and Unthgar.
Unthgar, Zargos, and
If he stumbles at all while he's drunk, I'm going to use that opportunity to grab him and stabilize him and root through his pockets.
well, let's see. I don't have a character sheet, so 10 or less, and he stumbles a little bit. Oh, well, I guess I should roll a d20 instead of a d10. Hey, he didn't stumble as he went down the steps.
That first one was a 6.
That was a d10. Oh,
Oh, the
no, the
first one was a
d6
D20.
was for the effect of the drink.
Oh, bummer.
Okay, so he rolled an 18, and he kind of leans a little bit on the stair railing as he's going down. He's a little unsteady, and it is a little wavy. He kind of covers his mouth with the back of his hand for a second and hesitates.
Uh-oh.
And then he continues down, and he is looking around. He investigates the front portion of the ship below deck, and he's making his way around the perimeter. And as he circles around and comes toward the back again, he notices a drow who has been bound and gagged.
Oh, forgot
heavens!
about that.
What is this? What is going on here?
That is... Calm down.
He tried to sneak here and steal from us, and held a dagger on my friend's neck. So we have to tie him up and gag him. We are sending him to justice.
So he does not
Once we get-
come with the ship.
He does not come with the ship.
Oh, thank heavens.
He's a criminal.
Well, it's none of my concern if he doesn't come with the ship. And, well, or maybe it is.
No, we'll take him with us, and we'll take him to the proper authorities.
I feel a
He's
little.
he's
faint.
going to become a slave now. It's none of your concern. Here, let's get you up on deck in the fresh air.
Wait. I would like you to roll. Zargos, I would like you to roll a persuasion.
Okay, and then since I have the coin in my hand,
Wenny can assist
think-
if you like.
Yeah,
sure.
Whatever he says, I'm nodding and smiling, nodding and smiling.
So I'm really trying hard to make it, to make it real or realistic, and I'm casting guidance on myself.
Okay. And you have advantage as well. So one of those will have.
Persuasion,
Yep.
not 20s.
Double nat 20s.
Yeah.
Wow. Roll your guidance if you want to.
I mean, I don't need it, but I'll roll it because
You
it's
can save it.
23.
Okay.
No, it's fine.
So he says, "Oh, very well," and he starts making his way toward the steps and up the steps, and his right foot, kind of gets caught on one of the bottom steps, just briefly, but enough to make him almost fall down.
I'm gonna grab him and see what's in his pockets.
And I'm holding, if I can, at the same time, I'm trying to hold him so that he doesn't fall. But one of my hands is on Wenny's hand, and I think of the same thing of helping him out and cast guidance.
Okay. Wenny, give me a sleight of hand.
Ooh,
Nice, and the D4 as well.
1d4. That's
Okay.
a 24.
Okay. You reach into his right pocket and you feel the key there to his shop. And roll sleight of hand again for his other pocket. Because you're quick. Wow.
Oh, 28.
Wow.
And that's not even max.
Wow. So I'm speechless, man. I'm speechless. In his other pocket, you feel a pouch of coins. And probably what he intended to pay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm going to leave that there because I don't want to cause a scene.
Okay. And okay, so as the two of you help him up the steps, he's like, "My heavens, forgive me." Ooh.
Here, please sit. We can order some breakfast.
I prefer to eat in the Shattered Spire.
Oh, okay, very well.
Excuse me. And
Alas, we don't have transportation as we've just arrived here and we haven't arranged for a carriage yet.
Sorry, can you give me a couple more minutes? My daughter just kept talking and talking and talking. It's like, I gotta go. So
okay,
give
no
me a
problem.
few minutes.
You're
I'll
going
be
to
right
breakfast now.
back. Okay.
Should I have told him he's going to be sitting next to the
Yeah.
merchant? So
Yep.
you all go to the Shattered Spire, and I believe let's get that all set up. And while I am getting the Shattered Spire ready, Wenny, back when we first started this adventure, you were one of the prisoners. What was Wenny's thoughts back then when he met everybody in the cell?
Well, first being thrown into a cell was horrifying, and you never know who's going to be in there with you, and there's obviously no protection, particularly when you're new and haven't made any friends yet. So Winnie just fell back on his old routine that he'd rather make a friend than an enemy, and I think most folks would agree that he does that even with monsters and creatures and anybody else. He'd rather talk his way out of something than fight. So his idea was to just play it cool till he could meet a friend, and he immediately befriended Stool, which was helpful. Stool being a familiar creature, and his dwarf companion were his first friends. But then Zargos was one of the first prisoners to open up, other prisoners to open up, and I think Winnie and Zargos had a lot in common in terms of their skill set and their outlook on how to get out of there. And so that led to a natural friendship. And luckily we've been able to work together nicely since then. So I think Winnie now would count his companions among his best friends at this point.
I'm blushing.
All natural.
Are we just standing at the door, or are we actually inside the?
Right
the
now
tavern?
we are stalling while I set up the thing.
sorry.
So, Unthgar, you are the one person in the party that was not a prisoner at the time.
No.
You came upon the party while they were encountering giant spiders and
Yes.
giant phase spiders.
Yes.
What was Unthgar's impression when he came across this small party, well, large party at the time, and and since then?
Okay. I was just coming out of one bad situation. The tunnel that I was coming through was starting to collapse. I don't know, what caused the collapse. It may have been something from, what Uthgar was thinking, that maybe something happened. And when he was running through the tunnel to avoid being crushed, he happened upon this room, and he saw a group of individuals, fighting phase spiders. And within maybe 10 to 15 seconds of seeing the party, I was shackled to Zargos. There was a metal brace bracers that kind of shackled us together, magnetically, I guess. And maybe 10, 15 seconds went by, and we were attacking the spiders, and Nameless, unfortunately, thought that he was going to try to help us, and he got attached to us. So the three of us were attached, and so within a minute or so, not even, I happen upon a party. I get attached to two of them, and I'm just not a happy camper. Uthgar was very upset because he just survived being crushed, and then now all of a sudden it's like, what in the world's going on? So, but through the weeks, we've gotten to know each other. He's still leery about Nameless because Nameless does some things sometimes without thinking, and it upsets Unthgar a lot. So I think Nameless is the only one that Unthgar really doesn't get too much along with. Probably the second person he probably doesn't get along with too much because he doesn't know him too much is
Seraphim?
You're right. Seraphim, thank you. With Seraphim, because I really don't know him that well either. Zargos, I kind of know a little bit. I'm still a little bit leery with him. But basically, the only one that I trust and I get along with is Winnie because, he's a gnome. He's a beneath the surface type dweller like I am. So that's why I get along with him. If I didn't get along with him, there would have been no way that they would have been able to get me to dress up like a female. So, but I'm here. So, I just want to get this done and over with, and just get on with our adventure. We spent enough time here. I just want to leave and go. So, so that's where I'm at. So.
Okay. At the time, we had another member to the party named Kino, and Kino had befriended a certain member of the cells. Anybody remember who that friend was?
Runt.
Yep. Runt was kind of a bully, wasn't he?
Yeah, scaredy bully, though.
And
Didn't Seraphin put him in his place though?
Yep. He did. And he
okay,
died a horrible death.
Yeah, well,
oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
most of the people that we saw from when I first started watching it before I joined the group, most of the people died. So the only one we had left was Stool, right? Stool's the only one left from when you guys were in prison, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep. Okay, so as you entered the Shattered Spire, how did another token show up?
We have different tokens on the bottom at the entrance, and then we have tokens at the table.
Oh, that's weird.
It is weird.
The ones at the entrance, they're prior tokens because
Yeah, they're outdated. So
Yep.
yeah, so I already put you at a table, and I am trying to figure out how to add music, but I don't know how.
There's nothing. Just if you want, Peter. I don't know if we can hear it, but just go to YouTube and look up tavern music, because I know there's a lot of people that post things that like an hour, 2 hours long, whatever, and it's just all like tavern type background music and and stuff like that for fantasy. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. You might want to turn. Oh, there you go. I was going to say you might want to turn it down a little.
I'm not
Okay,
getting
I don't know if the viewers
I can hear it.
this, but
It might be in your settings, Winnie,
Yeah, I'll
in
see
the
what I
roll
can
20.
okay. So the four of you are sitting now. Brooks, make sure to sit right next to Unthgar.
Mhm.
He keeps eyeing her out the corner of his eye. And Unthgar, you feel beneath the table a little brushing against your leg. And you realize this guy just kind of accidentally rubbed the side of his own leg up against yours. Now, let's talk deals. While there is that stain on the deck, and I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry, Peter. We actually went to the ship. You didn't tell me.
Yeah, you have been
Okay.
to the ship.
Right.
He
Okay, no
investigated.
problem. You don't
it.
have to. Yeah, you don't have to tell me. Just keep on with the story. I'm sorry.
Okay. And you know what? What happened to our barmaid? Well, anyways,
She's out back. She's out back cleaning.
She's in the kitchen.
There you go.
there we go. This one is going to be the barmaid.
Oh,
There. That's an ugly woman, but oh well. It's not like she's the only ugly woman in this place.
thanks.
So,
Hey, on stream, Zargos is a twin. It's him this level and him last level, right next to each other.
Oh, that's weird.
There you go.
reconnect. Okay. So, anyways, he's as you all ordered breakfast, and it is brought to the table by the barmaid who eyes the two of you, Wenny and Zargos, rather closely, and and sorry for the delay. I'm seeing all kinds of things I gotta do here because we leveled up. And she kind of gives you an eye like questioning, an expression that is questioningly.
I'm
Anyways.
gonna like rub the side of my face like 1 minute and
Give the barmaid.
a signal to wait 1 minute.
Okay. Alrighty. And so she lays the food on the table, and then she retreats back to the bar. Meanwhile, Brooks is saying, well, there is that stain on the deck. It's fairly light. I suppose I could get the stain out. And there are good supplies down below. But if anyone knows that you've been holding a drow prisoner there, it could be rather uncomfortable for me. And plus, you do want me to look the other way. So,
I'm gonna respond in thieves' cant and say, brother, if you've come here for a shakedown, you will regret it.
in sign language.
No, I'll be talking about the tides and currents of the Dark Lake while conveying that message.
Oh yes, the tides and currents are rather bad, but that is why I need a ship. And so,
Listen, let me be direct with you. The drow is not of your concern. I had hoped to keep my lady's identity a little shrouded in a little more mystery, but suffice it to say that she is from the surface and is betrothed to a Duragar in another region down here. And we are traveling incognito.
oh,
The drow is a gift for her dowry. It is customary in this clan. So please, please keep it quiet. If anyone knew her real identity, she might be the victim of kidnap.
give me a deception roll, please.
Done.
Nice.
21.
Oh, I see. Well, I suppose I can understand it. I suppose he just fell and bruised his eye a little bit.
Exactly, my friend.
I see.
And I'm gonna take a little bit more of that rum from my own personal flask and pour it in his cup.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
There's
I
more where that came
suppose-
from.
and he takes several bites of his breakfast, which is eggs and sausage. You don't know what the sausage is made of, and the eggs are slightly off colored. They're not yellow, they're not white, they're kind of brownish tone. You have no idea what kind of creature laid these eggs, but they don't smell so bad. And he takes several gulps of eggs and takes a bite of sausage, and then he sticks a fork into the sausage and says, "Would you like a bite, dear?" and offers it to Uthgar.
I push his hand away. No, thank you. No, thank you.
I was about to say, boy, your voice changed.
When he's elbowing Uthgar.
And Mark, your camera is off.
Yeah,
I know it is because I'm eating.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I just don't want
Ironically,
to
so is his character.
have people. Yeah, I don't want to have people see me shove my face in food. So
Oh, eating sounds so good right now.
Oh yeah.
And so he says, "Oh, very well." And he takes a bite and he makes a show of it as he looks into her eyes. As he and takes a bite. I do like the sausage here.
They're quite good. Now, about that offer you were entertaining.
I could offer you perhaps 900 gold. Of course, it would be gold.
As long as it spins. I was thinking, seeing how well appointed it is, it's in extraordinary shape, no damage at all to the hull, which is unusual in these parts considering the size and frequency of the creatures that attack boats that sort on the lake. I was thinking more along the lines of 1,500 gold.
Oh my. 1,500 gold. That is quite a lot. Roll persuasion.
Only a 12.
I'm afraid 1,500 gold is a bit above my price. I might be able to offer you 1,000 gold.
but this is my
1,000.
inheritance from my father. You're
There
going to
we
give
go.
me no money for my ship? What am I supposed to do for my future?
Okay, Uthgar, roll persuasion.
And I will stand up
Uh,
and hit the bed, the table, and say, "Don't you disrespect my
Ugh.
lady."
Oh no!
Well,
that
I'm
doesn't do
sorry,
good.
my dear, but business is business. And women have no reason to be interfering in the business between men.
I'm going to put my hand on Uthgar's shoulder and just try to intervene in any reaction that she might have.
you might want to move your token over too. It'd be pretty hard for your small arm to reach all the way across the
That's
table.
true. Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to put myself between the lady and the. I'm going to mutter under my breath, "Bat your eyes." Could you
Bat
see
my
fit to 1,200?
Roll persuasion.
And this time I'm putting my hand on Winnie's shoulder, casting guidance.
Oh, no.
That's a 17.
As he was As he was saying that, I put my hand on his knee.
Oh, the kill shot.
Oh dear. You know what? I think 1,200 is a fair price. Ooh.
You have a deal, sir. And I stick my hand out to shake his hand before he can reconsider.
Okay.
Maybe we can throw in also the robot guard for 300 more.
Oh, I have. Actually, I forgot to have him even notice Nameless there.
Why don't we throw him in for free? We don't have the instruction manual, so we never did really figure out how to get it to work.
I wouldn't make any promises at this point, gentlemen and gentle lady. Yeah. Anyways. So he says, "Very well then, we have a deal," and shakes Winnie's hand, and then reaches under the table and squeezes Unthgar's hand. My, your hands are so calloused. And
I
reaches in
squeeze
his-
it back, but with a lot of strength in my hand because
Ow!
I am strong.
Ow! And so he makes a strength save,
One.
and you hear his knuckles pop. And oh dear, that is such a strong grip you have, my dear. Which, of course, reveals that Unthgar was touching him under the table. But that's a discussion for another time. And Brooks reaches into his pocket and pulls out a pouch, sets it on the table between himself and Unthgar and right in front of Winnie, and says, 1,200 gold just happens to be the amount I have in this pouch. Would you like to count it?
Please take no offense, but it's always the best practice when doing business.
So do you pick up the pouch of coins and go back to your seat?
I am not going to count it out here in public. Is there a privy
No.
in this? Okay.
The privy is over the balcony into the dark lake.
Right. I will take possession of the purse. I will slide over the bill of the. I'll write out a quick bill of sale that says, the boat, as is, where is, tendered to thee for the sum of 1,200 gold pieces. I will sign it with a flourish and slide it over. But he never asked for the title.
Okay, so you're not giving him the title, or you're
I'm
just...
just giving him a bill of sale, but he never asked for the title, so he can't tell if it's been forged or not.
Okay. And, well, if this vessel belonged to the Lady Unthgar, shouldn't she sign it as well? Place her mark upon the bill of sale?
It's a mere formality, but if you prefer it.
I
Yeah.
would.
So I sign it in Dwarvish.
Okay. And he picks up the bill of sale, and he says, "Why, thank you." And he starts eating the remainder of his breakfast whilst casting an occasional smile at Lady Unthgar.
While he's doing that, Winnie's going to go over to the barkeep and order 24 sausage rolls to be wrapped up, and I'm going to request the assistance of the waitress, the barmaid, to carry them back to the ship for us,
Okay.
just like I did last time.
Well,
Did we look into buying a cart yet?
No.
Okay.
Well, we can.
We're going to have to.
Maybe.
Well,
You have a bag of holding now.
well, we have two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really, except for living things, you could fit everything in 2 bags of holding.
Yeah, well, there's a few things we're going to have to do. I mean, we have to convert those 6,000 copper coins. I mean,
That's true.
that's gonna be a big thing to do. So, I mean, that's a lot of weight holding up.
You can discuss that once you get rid of the drow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he kind of looks at Wenny and Zargos, and then at Uthgar, Lady Uthgar, and thinks, Uthgar, why does that name sound so familiar? In fact, I could swear I've met 2 of you before.
Uh-oh.
And
You found my brother?
he rolls a 9 on history, so he does not put 2 and 2 together.
Where have you seen my brother?
Oh, you have a brother? Well, of course you do. The heavens, or the gods of the deep, could never let such beauty just end up in one vessel. And he says his goodbyes, bows, and kisses Uthgar's hand again. Maybe a little too long on Uthgar's hand. And then stands and brushes hair off his lips. And then he turns to leave and starts to walk out. And as you watch him go, you see 2 small figures entering the shattered spire. And those 2 figures are Topsy and Turvy. Who... Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, no, if he turned away and I don't see anybody looking to where we're at, I'm going to disappear.
Okay.
Try to stay in a darker area, away from the dim lights, and follow the guy.
Okay.
Did Topsy and Turvy, did it look like they noticed us?
No, they didn't notice you. The gentleman hesitates and he turns back and he says, "Oh, by the way, please do, clear your belongings off the boat by within a few hours so that I can claim the ship and hire."
Oh, that
a
won't
crew."
be a problem. We are planning to leave today, so I'll stop by your shop and let you know.
Okay, thank you very much. And he turns and he leaves.
I'm following him to the exit and then a little bit further. If I see anything suspicious, I'll keep following him. Otherwise, I'll return.
Yeah, you don't see anything suspicious. He rolls up, as he's walking, he's rolling up the bill of sale, tucks it into a pocket on the inside of his jacket, his coat, and he whistles as he makes his way across the bridge that leads to the shattered spire and makes his way back toward his shop.
Okay.
Meanwhile, yes.
I'd like to walk over and just approach Topsy and Turvy.
See if they remember you.
Yeah.
Okay, they have sat down at the bar in the same, almost the same location where they had been sitting when you saw them the night before. They are so much bigger than you now.
They are.
Let me just shrink them down a little bit here.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, they were kids, so maybe they're.
They are a little bit taller than they were before, but they're not that much bigger. And Turvey turns. Actually, Topsy sees you coming first, and I believe which one was the male?
I don't remember.
Turvey?
Turvey, maybe?
I think it was Turvey. So, Topsy sees you coming and says, "Oh no!" Excuse me. And Turvey turns and says, oh, one lavish. How did you find us
kids.
here?"
Oh, well, I just bumped into you. Listen, I hold no ill will. I just was worried that you were dead. I just wish you'd said something if you were going to sneak off. That's all.
We didn't
We just
sneak
we
off.
worried about you.
Turvey says, "We didn't sneak off." And Topsy says, "Yes, we did, Turvey. You know we did." "No, we didn't." "Yes, we did. Quit lying." "I am not lying. I never lie." "Oh, yeah, right. You always lie." And Turvey
Easy,
rolls his
easy.
eyes and says, "We're fine. I don't know why my sister thinks we snuck off, but you did. We both did. But we're okay. We are making our way back home on our own. We didn't trust that one gentleman, Bud something, that traveled with you. Booty something."
Good instinct. We are no longer with him, and he is no longer with us.
Oh?
But Stool is still alive, and he's very worried about you.
Well, Stool was quite nice, Topsy says. "I did enjoy Stool's company." And Turvey says, "You said you wanted to eat Stool. Well, that would be enjoyable."
I'm not going to tell him you said that, but I will tell him that you say hello.
"Oh, hello." He didn't mean literally. He just said that he would tell Stool that we said hello. So I can say hello if I want. "No, you can't." "Yes, I can." "No, you can't." "Yes, I can."
While they're arguing, I'm just going to back away slowly.
Okay. And they continue bickering back and forth as a bartender makes his way over to... Whoa.
Oh! As a bartender becomes
Stretch Armstrong,
Mr. Stretch.
the bartender. Kids, if you're watching, or not even kids, today's generation, if you're watching, Stretch Armstrong was this terrific doll that you could stretch 6 feet wide
Yeah.
before he snapped. I mean, not a doll, a figure. So, today's generation has missed so many good things. So, anyways, the bartender walks up to Topsy and Turvey, gets their order, and in between them bickering back and forth, sighs heavily and walks away to get their order. And the three of you, well, Uthgar and Wenny are standing side by side. Zargos is actually hidden in shadow. So,
As soon as our sausage rolls are done and the barmaid comes out with them, I think we ought to hit the road. Does anybody else have anything they want to accomplish?
No. I just want to get out of this disguise.
Yeah.
So the barmaid, who's also dwarven, actually Yulgar, she clears her throat in a rather manly manner and gets your attention and lifts the package of foodstuffs that you placed an order for, and her eyes are wide like, I got it, I'm ready type of expression.
Okay, let's go.
Out of character, any of y'all remember what her name was?
It was.
I thought she was dwarf, not a Duragard.
She's a dwarf.
Because, yeah,
Yeah,
because
she was a
remember I
top-side
walked
dwarf.
up. Yeah, because I was going to say I walked up to her, tried to talk to her, but she wasn't having it. Remember?
Okay, I can fix that.
I did not write down her name.
Oh, good. Any name suggestions?
Frida.
Broomhilda.
Yeah, Frida.
Broomhilda.
Brunhilde's a good one too.
Broomhilda.
Oh man, no female dwarfs. Okay,
Frida
so,
from Hilda.
Yeah, there you go. Frida Broomhilda.
so anybody know how to spell that?
Yeah, he put it in
Roll 20.
Zargo, yeah, he typed in roll 20.
Okay, cool. I will have to give her stats and a better token later.
Is she really gonna? Oh, wow, she's gonna travel with us for a while, probably. So she's gonna
Possibly.
need some kind of stats.
Okay,
Well,
so
for at least a couple days, probably, right?
okay, so I am going to give Wenny control of this token. Well, all of y'all can control it. She has no vision assigned
You
to her.
do you want me to move her for now because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
both have pets and Winnie has stool and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's got enough to move around, so
Yes, please.
Alrighty, now she has vision.
yay.
You know, I can perform a ceremony and get you guys married.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't gonna marry her. I just wanted to rescue her. I just wanted to rescue her because she's a fellow dwarf. But remember,
Yeah,
she didn't
yeah,
want to
yeah,
have
we
anything
know.
to do with me. So
Yeah, we know.
So are y'all returning to the ship?
yes, well, I want to.
I'm still in the
So,
shadows,
guys.
remembering the last time that I saw those assassins coming this way. So I
Oh yeah.
am keeping my eyes out while in the shadows right now.
Okay.
I'm hoping that was just a random act of violence.
So as you return to the ship, let me know when your screens are loaded.
Yep, my screen is loaded.
I'm so glad Roll20 is working well because on Tuesday all day it was running very badly for everybody. Okay, so
Sorry to hear that.
Frida Broomhilda is on the ship and she goes below deck to hide. Well, I guess she doesn't go below deck. Y'all are in control of her. What are y'all's next actions?
We're just going to take our stuff and go. I mean, that's why I wanted a cart for her because we're in a world. Are we going to put a 400-pound, like a 7-foot tall, warforged? That's why I wanted to get a cart for her because
Oh.
didn't
He doesn't
Seraphim
have to-
say?
He doesn't
Well,
have
his-
to breathe, so he can actually go in a bag of holding.
Yeah, but that's going to take up a whole bag of holding. A bag of holding only holds 500 pounds. So, we have to do a couple things first before we leave. Like I said, we have to convert those copper coins over. We do need to get some kind of cart or something, because I don't think his horse is there anymore, but I don't know if he can control that thing. He unsummoned it, I think, before we went to sleep. But his horse is still there.
It's not a horse, it's a warg.
Oh, that's right, a warg. It's a giant. That's right, I forgot. But it's strong enough to pull a cart. So
It's a lava warg.
okay.
And yeah, it is strong enough to pull a cart, although finding something to fasten the cart to it might be a little difficult because it would burn through rope.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to say. It's nice to have that, but we should purchase us like something that can, pull the cart, because this lava warforged would be better for us if it was in combat. If we had something happen, we needed it, and now we have to waste time unhitching it from the cart and everything. That wouldn't be
Is
prudent.
this Unskar talking to the others?
Yes. Sorry. I should change my voice, I guess. I'm sorry. Yes, I was telling them that I had suggested before when you, Zargos, and Winnie were down below, I was talking with Seraphim, and I was suggesting that we get a cart and maybe a beast or two to pull the cart. And he suggested that he could conjure up the lava warforged. If you remember, when you guys came back up and the boat was on fire, and I had put it out with the Drow's bloodied water, and remember, he had it walk off the ship, and it set off the trap, and yeah, it was just a big mess. I don't know if we can actually use that to pull a cart, because if it's on fire all the time. So that, and we do
We can
have
get
to
chain. We should be able to
come
get
ac-
chain to pull the cart.
Get
I'm not opposed to a cart.
We also have to put Nameless someplace also. Our I can't call it a bag of holding. What am I going to
I
call
just
it?
had an image of Nameless sitting up in the back of the cart with a pair of sunglasses on.
Yeah, we can get burned.
Weekend at Nameless.
The Weekend of Nameless. There you go. It would. Our bags could possibly hold them, but little else would we be able to put into the bags.
To be honest with you, Othgar, to be honest with you, I think this Warforged has been malfunctioning since the day we found him. And I don't know much about them or really anything, but what I can see is that it's non-functional right now. I wouldn't mind leaving him in the ship here and let the Brooks deal with him.
I think he's way less likely to get damaged that way.
Yep. Perhaps
That's-
if there's a way to fix him, he can do it. But he will slow us down. We gotta get out of here.
I know we
And-
have to get out of here. I've been saying that for a couple days now. This place is just
Right.
bad.
So if I may
so-
say it,
But
I would
wait a
take
second.
anything
This town is a slave town. I'm sure we could sell it to someone, even if it's
Oh, that's cold.
it doesn't work. Even though it doesn't work right now, I'm sure somebody would be interested in buying it.
I will leave it here, you know, and for his fate. Leave it to fate. I will not sell him, but I will suggest that we can take anything that could be of use for our survival, because
Let's
he won't
just
need
take
it.
everything that we can. We'll put them in the bags of hold, and we can divvy it all out when we get out of this city.
I wouldn't say everything, because if he turns back on, he'll need something to.
Plus, Brooks was told that the supplies that are on the ship would be left there, the stores.
No. I'm talking about didn't he have a chest that Winnie left and took out of the bag and left next to him of whatever supplies he had?
He
had,
did.
like, 40 days of rations or something, and
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about taking the supplies. Yeah, I know, Winnie. We don't know that he did this. I'm just saying, as
No,
me,
I mean, I got
I'm
the
saying
useful stuff off of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Whatever you left that you didn't want, I'm sure, because you got to remember, I was there
On the
when he
ship.
took the bag of holding. Remember, I saw him. I was the only one that saw him do it.
Yeah.
So I don't care. All I'm just saying is, if he took everything that was of use and just left whatever, then leave whatever. I'm
Okay.
sure we could use the what is it, that hammer thing that he has, or that whatever
The
it does
scepter?
that does
Yeah,
damage.
the scepter.
Yeah, the scepter. I mean, that would be a nice thing to have. So
Right.
So,
So-
okay, back in character. Sorry. So are we leaving now then? Can we
Yes.
please leave?
Yes,
All right.
we can.
So I go down below deck so I can take this crap off of me. And as I chuckle,
wait a minute
I
now.
take the wit.
You have some
Wow.
coins to exchange.
Yeah, but I don't need to be dressed as a female.
Well, I don't know.
Just don't let the
no,
merchant see
no.
you.
No. I'm not going to run around town as a woman doing all this stuff. Sorry.
I suppose you can be a male and be the spouse of the barmaid undercover.
There
Yeah, we're
you
gonna
go.
we're
There
gonna
you
need
go.
you
I
for
can be
to cover
undercover.
for the barmaid,
Yeah.
assuming she wants to travel with us.
Yeah.
After
Well,
what
for-
she's seen, she may not.
Yeah, well, when she notices that I was the guy or the male dwarf the other day asking if we could free her, she may not want to talk to me because she didn't want to have anything to do with me. Remember, she was afraid that if she was seen with me, that she would get captured, and maybe we should disguise her, people. If we're going to do something in town and she doesn't go back to the tavern right away, we're going to
That's
be
true.
in trouble.
Dress her as Unthgar's female version, and then
There you go. Dress her up as me. Nobody's not going to notice the difference. We can call her Unthgar Fairbow.
Yeah, that's true.
It'll be a
and
perfect
sister.
disguise, right? And I already said
Yeah.
in the tavern to
That
that,
actually
guy, "Oh, did
works."
you find my brother?" So we're perfect. So if we seen around
So-
town, we could just be as brother and sister.
so
we're all set.
let's go to break for 10 minutes, and
Mhm.
only for 10 minutes this time because we got a late start,
Okay.
and y'all can decide during the break what you're gonna do with her, and we'll reveal that when we come back.
Okay. Sounds
All
good.
right.
So, everybody, Pantheon Unicharge is there in the audience now. Hey, Eric, how
Yep.
you doing? How you doing? So, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We are just going to take a quick 10-minute break, and then we will be right back. So, stay tuned for more.
Mhm.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We all like to party all the time, party all the time, party all the time. We are back. So, see, Mark, sometimes I make a fool of myself, too.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I know Zargos has, because he's put on voices before. What was it that one of the viewers wanted for a battle cry?
Oh. What?
That Zargos had to scream.
Oh, the octopus thing?
Yeah.
That's right.
That was fun.
That
Yeah.
Bentley, yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one. I should put that battle cry back in the options if it's not there. Is it still there? I don't even
I
know.
had to do it. You know, the viewers wanted it.
I think
so.
you took it away. I think you took the
Yeah,
battle
I
cry
did.
thing away. You changed it for something else, I believe.
So on Tuesday, Oathgar, your camera's a little high. On Tuesday,
sorry.
one of the players had saved up enough to get a bag of holding with the Pantheon points. So
One of us?
on
Wow.
one of the Tuesday players
Oh, okay.
for Dragons of a Winter Storm had saved up 40,000 Pantheon points.
Wow.
So,
I only have 27,000, so
I just steal my bag of holding when I need it.
yep.
And I got lucky. I came across one.
So, just so the viewers know, with Pantheon points, you get them, you earn them by watching live, and you can find your balance if you're following the channel. You can find your balance by clicking that little blue shield at the bottom of the Twitch chat. You can give an extra attack to one of our characters. You just name which character when you spend the points. Or you can give an extra attack to an NPC or a monster to make it more difficult for our players. So I especially like that one because I get to use it. You can spend 1,000 of your points to create a random event to happen to one of the characters. Just pick the character, and I will generate a random event. You can give -5 on an attack roll for a character. You can buy them an extra roll so they can re-roll a roll they're not happy with, but they have to take the second roll. And of course, if one of them falls, is knocked unconscious, and has to make death saves for only 500 Pantheon points, you can stabilize them by purchasing the Stabilize the Fallen with your Pantheon points and name the character you want to stabilize. So, and we'll be adding more options to that. I was thinking of a few earlier today, actually. And don't forget, if you want to give one of our players advantage, you can donate $2 and name the character when you donate it, and that character will get a free advantage. Those advantages do stack, so that means until they use them, they have them. You can also give them the benefits of a long rest, or if a character suffers a permanent death, you can donate $10 to raise that character from the dead. So, and if we ever start another campaign, you'll be able to buy Dark Vision for the characters as well. Because that's how they all got Dark Vision. The ones that didn't have it got it in this campaign. You, the viewers, purchased it.
From me.
Yeah. That was way back when Unthgar was a viewer.
Yes, when I wasn't playing yet.
So, anyways, you are on the ship. You are... Frida comes up from below. Her hair has been dyed red. She's got a fake beard on that's red. And she doesn't look exactly like Uthgar did. I mean, who could be that beautiful? And then, but she looks reasonably close. And she even has a couple freckles dotted on her cheeks to try to make herself look the same. And so, Uthgar, what
Yes.
is your, if you are approached as a party by the authorities, her name is now Undercover Uthgar. So if you're questioned, what will your name be? Your undercover name?
I'm Unthgar also. Our tribe, Unthgar, is our last name.
Oh. I guess that works. I was not prepared for that.
Aha! Surprise! Oh, may I
Actually, I
ask one
thought
question
she
out
was
of
Uthgar Fairbottom.
She is Unthgar Fairbottom.
That's a title.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah. Okay, so what are y'all gonna do now?
May I ask a question on that, please?
In character
We,
or out of
I
character?
said, I said out of character.
I
Just
couldn't hear
real
you.
quick. Just real quick. We did do a long rest, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Should not the prisoner be at full strength and not like almost dead?
Okay, that's a fair point.
And then that's it. That was my question. I'm done. I'm going to be back in character now.
Okay, speaking of your prisoner, how are you going to handle bringing the prisoner with you now that you'll be leaving the boat?
I don't know. I think we should kill him. We don't need him.
He was going to take us to Never Light Grove,
Oh, that's right.
but he knew how to get there by both water and land.
Do we have a way of charming him or something to get him out of the town before he rats us out?
I know I can't do that.
How long do we have until we have to leave this ship?
A
Did
couple
you get
hours.
a time period? Shouldn't we
But-
not have enough time to get a cart, some animals, and then we can put him into the cart and then
Cover him up?
up,
Okay, I'm not opposed to that.
you know? And at the same time, maybe we can buy the cart and the animals with those copper coins, and if it should happen to be a little bit more than the price of the cart, we can just give it all to them and just get rid of it. We just need to get out of here. We need to
Yeah.
exchange and get out of here. So.
Yeah, if you want to go look for a cart, I'll give you some money from the group funds.
Seraphim volunteers to stay on board. He has returned to the ship. He will watch the drow prisoner while y'all go look for a cart and do what you got to do.
In the meantime, I'm taking Nameless scepter and giving it to Wenny, put in the bag of holding.
Okay, it is there.
So Seraphim has an imp on his shoulder. He's got his lava ward guarding the boat on the dock. The drow prisoner is tied up and muzzled below deck. Is Frida going to travel with you?
I don't know. We just promised to get her out. Does she
Right.
want to travel with us?
I mean, while you go get the cart.
Oh. I think that's up to Uthgar.
We can, but now remember, I am a dwarf now. I'm not disguised as a Duergar anymore. So, you know,
Oh.
unless you want to still stay disguised as the lawyer, and now we're just looking for. Now that we have sold our ship, we're just looking for land transportation now.
I will say
So we
that
can still keep up the disguise.
even though Unthgar has removed his disguise, the hair dye that he used to dye his hair and beard still is still in his facial hair and stuff, so it's still red.
So basically, Winnie can just touch me up because he's the one that I don't have that skill. He has to do it. So
And
he
your
basically
skin
just
is still colored darker too.
okay. All right. So maybe Frida should stay here for now because she is a dwarf.
Yeah, I think it
And-
just complicates things.
Exactly. And if they see her walking around, let's say somebody that frequents the tavern should happen to see her, we don't want to have to answer why she's walking around with us. So,
Yeah,
Sounds good.
that
All
makes
right.
sense to me.
okay.
Okay.
So where are we going to go for a car? Peter, when we were traveling around in the area where the bazaar is and everything, did we happen to see anything? Maybe even nearby, maybe not at the bazaar, but maybe nearby that maybe we saw a place that had stables or something, or because there's 'cause there's nothing on the map as far as telling us, oh, this is this is that.
All of you give me a history roll. Actually, no. Winnie has a map.
I don't.
right?
Yeah, I've
Well,
got a
I
map
don't-
of the city.
Well, remember now my background. I don't forget anything as far as where I go. So if I should have happened to pass across something like that, I'd know. Oh, I passed something. You know what
Okay.
I mean? So that's why
So-
I'm asking.
Winnie knows by looking at the map that in the same building where the gems, scrolls, and rings were sold,
Okay.
there's a marking. It's denoted on the map that behind that building is a shop that sells small carts.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
So,
Guess that's where we'll head then.
and that would be, if you're zoomed out to see that building, it would be where I'm pinging.
Okay.
Just make sure that you get the tack is chain and not leather.
Yeah.
Certainly down here in the Underdark, they have creepy things that pull carts, so they're used to that request.
Exactly. So, all right. Anyone coming with, or am I going by myself?
I can come with you if you want.
Doesn't bother me.
What's your?
And
I'm sorry. What's your charisma, Mark?
Me?
Yeah,
My charisma's 14.
14.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
the greatest, but it's not bad either.
So, Winnie, Unthgar, and Zargos, are you going?
I'm going, but I'm just gonna let them know that I'm gonna be more like a bodyguard. I'm gonna be trying to stay hidden and keeping a little distance between us.
Okay, so as you come from below deck, you have the scepter that Nameless had, and you hand it to Winnie to tuck it, or did you want to keep it?
No, it was just to put in the bag of holding, and then we'll
Okay.
sort it out.
Okay, so you hand it to Winnie so he can put it in the bag of holding, and you're all ready to depart the ship.
Okay.
So,
I'm going directly there. I'm not going to be, going around or, you know what I mean? I'm going the direct path to go there. So,
okay, you can all move your tokens over to there. I'm not going to talk you through the walk. Talk the walk.
come
I walk the talk, I don't talk the walk.
on. So,
So as
Um,
you approach that area, You see about 5 carts. Now these are not huge carts. They're only about 4 feet wide. They have handles protruding from the front of them. One handle on each side, like a pole. These are hand-drawn carts. And so they are about 4 feet wide and about 6 feet long. The sides of the cart, around 3 sides, is like a barrier. Let's call it a fence. That is about 2 feet high. There is no cover to this cart, but you do see a stack of cloths for sale off to the side on a table, and there is a merchant there. The merchant happens to be a deep gnome, and he says, "Oh, what do you want?"
We would like to purchase a cart and some tarps. Do you also have metal or chained tacking?
Metal or chained what?
Tacking, so we can,
Okay.
so an animal can pull it.
He frowns and says, "Don't you see? These carts are not meant for animals to pull. Something like that would be hard to find in the Underdark. But I guess if you want, you can tie an animal to the poles. These are hand-drawn carts." And to give you a picture of it, it's kind of like, in the Orient where you have those taxis where the guy would be pulling the cart and somebody would sit in the back. It's something like that, but these are 6 feet long and 4 feet wide.
Yeah, so they have 4 wheels instead of 2.
No, there are 2.
There's only 2 wheels. Okay.
Yes. And they're
And
made
you are-
small because navigating the tunnels of the Underdark, the tunnels aren't always wide enough for a regular sized cart. So,
So,
What you think?
yeah,
Is that going to get our job done?
it'll
you
be
won't
better
find
than
anything
nothing.
better than Guadalupe's carts. Can you tell I made that up spur of the moment?
Guadalupe, a Spanish heat gnome. That's good. And how much do you sell the cart for?
I'm sorry, I just saw that last picture that Wenny posted in the team talk. Oh my gosh.
It's pretty good.
I love that. If I'd have had seen that earlier, that would have been the picture.
Glad you did it. So, how much are you selling the cart for?
Oh, these carts are only 100 gold.
Will you take the price in copper?
Money is money. I can spend money, and there is a bank where I can exchange the money too. Now, how many copper are in 500 gold? That's the question.
We have 6,000 copper pieces, and you said that was 100 gold. So that's what, 1,000 copper pieces?
Yeah.
Okay,
Done deal?
that's a done deal for me if it is for you.
Yeah,
You said you
it's-
wanted some
it's fun.
tarp. I will throw in the tarp for free.
Thank you.
Isn't it 10,000 copper? 100?
I don't know. I was just listening to what I was told.
I think it's
I
10
thought it
10
was
silver?
10 copper per 10 silver.
10
per-
in
I
a
think it's 10
silver,
10 silver per. So
10
that
gold.
silver and a
basically.
gold.
Oh my
10
God! We
copper
don't even have
is
enough.
10,000. It's
Yeah,
10,000.
so we only have 6,000 copper, so that would equal what?
40 gold more.
So we need 40 gold more?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I give them all the copper we have. What's in the party treasure? We have 40 more
We
gold
got
to give
plenty.
the
We
party
got
treasure?
plenty.
Okay, so when he
So we give them everything. Yeah, we give them the 6,000.
reaches into the bag of holding and pulls out 40 gold and the 6,000 copper.
I had
and he just-
6,000 copper in my.
How much?
Remember? I had the 6,000 copper in my.
Okay. Okay, so Unthgar starts putting the hand after handful of copper on the table next to the tarps. And then when he pulls out the 40 gold, and the merchant says, okay, you can have your pick. There is red, there is gold, there is brown, and there is black.
Brown.
Brown it is. Here's 2 tarps.
Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Come back when you want to do business at Guadalupe's Carts.
Does he have a sombrero?
Hey, look, it was spur of the moment. Okay, so what's next?
Thank you for your kindness, sir. All right, so we got rid of the coins. That was one thing we needed to do. We got the cart, and yeah.
Talk to each other as characters, please.
Okay. All right, so we got mostly everything we needed done. Now we need to find a way to attach the warg to the cart. So that means we need to buy some chain.
Yeah, I
Correct?
think Seraphim would probably be the best one to figure that out. He seems skilled at that kind of thing. But yeah, we should get some chain.
Hmm.
Coincidentally
So, I guess-
enough, you see a sign in the shape of an arrow just south of you, like right there.
Okay.
And it is pointing in this direction, and it says blacksmith.
Well,
Okay,
isn't that
so we-
convenient?
I know. So just tell me where we're going to be stopping for the blacksmith.
It is right on the other side of the building, right?
Oh, okay. Right on the
There.
corner here.
Yep.
Okay. All
I'm gonna
right.
try pulling this cart.
Oh, I forgot. Maybe I should pull it. I'm the strongest. Maybe I'll pull the cart. You can make the deal with the chains. I'll pull the cart.
All right.
Forgot about it.
I'll walk into the shop.
Okay, so you walk into the shop and you see a burly stone giant, or I think it's stone giant. This is a tall part of the store. It is it's a giant. And I am trying to figure out what
Just say the store has cathedrals.
anyways, yeah.
And it'll give you about 20 feet normally. So.
You can hear the rhythmic hammering as he's beating down on an anvil, and laying on the anvil is a red hot blade. This blade is not fully formed. It's not even halfway formed at the moment. He is a stone giant. And he doesn't hear you as you enter, Winnie.
I will say, Shmibalok.
What do you want?
We need tack made of metal attached to this cart.
He looks down at the sword on the anvil, gives it another whack, sparks fly, and he turns to you and he says, I don't sell much tack, but I do have a little bit. You say you need it made of metal, do you?
Aye, we do.
I've some chains and some tack on that wall over there. You may browse if you wish. And he slams the hammer again.
Before you get started, is there anything you can do? This is my most favorite sword. And I draw my rapier and hand it over and ask him if he has, if there's anything he can do to enhance it.
Is that your magic weapon?
It is.
Okay. He sets down the hammer and he takes hold of the weapon, and it looks like a dagger in his hands. And as he takes hold of it, you feel smaller than you've ever felt in your life. I mean, it's like let me see if I can put this on screen. See this? That's the size comparison. Your hand, his hand.
Yeah.
And he wraps his hand around the hilt as you let go. And he looks at the blade. Is this... He touches the sharp edge of the blade. It drew blood. Is this rapier magic?
It is. Nothing fancy. But it's a trusty companion.
It seems pretty sharp to me. I suppose I could fasten a new hilt with it. I have these hilts over here that have daggers hitting in the pommel.
Interesting.
And he picks one up and he twists the end of the hilt and pulls, and a sharp dagger comes out. It's more like a what are the blades that are straight and needle-like? They do piercing.
Oh, stiletto. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more
stiletto,
like that, yeah. And it slides it back into the hilt, and he says, "I can fasten your blade to this, if that is something you would be interested in."
How much?
A gold.
Oh, certainly.
You will need to leave your blade with me for 30 minutes, perhaps.
That's perfectly fair.
And he holds your rapier by the blade, walks over to another anvil, lifts his hammer, lays the hilt on the anvil, and BAM! And shatters the handle of your rapier. And one quick blow.
While he's doing that, I'm going to look at the tack.
Okay. So as he goes to hammering the burrs out of the metal that was inserted to the pommel of your blade, you look at the tack and you see several chains made of iron. You see general tack. Some of it, there's a bit made of metal. There are straps that are they're made of a material you don't know, that you don't recognize. They seem very sturdy, sturdier than leather, sturdier than any cloth you've seen. But they do look like they may have been some kind of hide from some kind of animal, but you're not sure what kind of animal. And you also notice that there are ropes, not ropes, but strips of the same material.
Which one, is there one that looks fairly fire resistant? Mostly chain, mostly metal.
Give me a perception roll.
Nice.
Oh, 24.
Wow. Okay, so you see a torch burning off to the side, and you lift one of the strips and hold it over the flames, and it doesn't sizzle, it doesn't scorch. There's a little bit of soot from the smoke of the flame settling on it, but it seems to be entirely fire resistant.
Okay, sold.
Okay, and the chains are made of metal, iron, of course. So there is a 10-foot length of chain for each one that you get.
Okay.
And how many would you like?
Unthgar, what do you think?
I'm sorry?
I'm asking
He
those
asked
cards.
me, yeah. 2 chains should be good. Maybe we should buy a spare one just in case.
So 3?
So, yeah, that should be fine.
Okay. I will select the 3 best.
Okay. Now, in addition to this, you also see block and tackle. These are, it's equipment made to lift a cart or livestock up a cliff or lower down a cliff.
Oh.
Do we notice it, or who notices it? Winnie or
when he
myself?
does. When he
or-
does with his perception roll.
Yeah, we're probably going to need that or we're going to be screwed.
Yeah, if we need to. Yeah.
Okay.
So
What is Zargos doing at this point?
I'm just waiting outside, keeping an eye,
hiding in the shadows.
looking for if there's any drow or anybody else or anybody suspicious that I can sense.
Okay. So you want to get a block and tackle. You want to get 3 chains. How many strips of that cloth? That, let's call it
Naga hide?
lava hide. Yeah.
Lava hide.
Make a note of
Enough.
that on your sheet so I know what it is.
Unthgar, you're going to be the cart master.
I guess so. Yeah, we should. We would need enough to make some part of the harness, like around the snout and the broader part of the neck. So, maybe about 5 yards, maybe, of the material.
Okay. Go ahead and add what you're buying to your inventory. And just post a list of what you get in Roll20. Meanwhile,
And then I'll take the funds out of the party loot. Unthgar.
okay. As you ask him how much it'll cost for all of that, in addition to the rapier, which amazingly enough, he is finishing up. He works quicker than he thought he did.
Good
And
man.
he's testing the dagger, making sure it comes out okay. He tests the blade, make sure it's attached to the hilt properly. And then he turns and he says, "Your blade is done." And hands
Thank you
it
very
to
much.
Lenny.
I'm going to test it out, make sure it's...
As you, how are you going to go about testing?
just try some of my normal attacks and then see what it feels like to remove this stiletto.
Okay, so you kind of move it about. It feels good in your hand, well balanced. There seems to, The dagger inside the hilt seems to work as a counterweight to give better balance to your blade. And and as you pull out the dagger, it you touch your finger to the point. The dagger itself is very well balanced. You could imagine that it would throw really well, although throwing it would mean risking losing it. But
Right.
in a pinch, if you're fighting with the blade and you need to use that extra item there, you could pull it out and maybe even gain advantage on an attack roll with it.
Okay. So like a dual wield kind of thing.
Right. But you can mark down that it gives advantage to attack rolls for the not the blade, the dagger.
Right.
So all around you, the forges to the south, not around you obviously, but to the south, you can hear more rhythmic hammering of the city's forges. The city is coming awake fully. You know that you have heard that there are many stone giants that run the forges for Gracklestu. So you're pretty impressed with your blade. He looks at the items that you want to purchase and he says, I will sell this to you for 2 gold.
Very fair. Thank you.
I was gonna say that's very fair.
And you hand him the money and thank you for your business.
Thank you
You're
for not
welcome.
stepping on me.
So, Zargos, outside, you start to hear a roar, a thundering roar that drowns out the hammering of the city's forges. It's hard to tell where it is coming from. It's a little distant, but you can hear it. And as Wenny and Uthgar come out of the shop, showing you their wares and placing them into the cart,
Yeah, I would be telling Zargos, you got to go in here. This guy makes the best stuff. Look at this thing. I start describing that.
okay. So
What did I hear again? It was like a roar. In which direction?
it is somewhere to the south, maybe a little west.
Did it sound like a creature or like a machine?
It sounded like a creature of some sort.
And you said that the hammering stopped, or
No, the roar
No.
is just louder than the hammering.
okay. I'll definitely
In
check it
fact,
out.
Now you hear. Give me a perception roll.
All right. Perception.
In fact, all of you give perception.
25.
Oh, passive or just roll perception?
Roll it.
Okay.
Man, don't y'all roll low numbers anymore? So
Yeah.
you now hear it is closer, a little bit to the west and south of you. You hear something beating on one of the walls that separates the Dark Lake district from the southern district of the city. And
Winnie, get in the car. We
you
are
hear
leaving.
rock
Okay.
crumbling.
I think we should use this distraction to our advantage to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if we could even sneak through the wall and get out on the other side.
Hmm. I do. Whistle, hoping that maybe Isel can hear me, but she might be really too far from.
Yeah, she's too far.
All right, so
We'd have to go back to the ship anyhow and get everyone. So
right.
that's why I said to Winnie, get in the cart. I was gonna take the cart and we're gonna go back to
And
the
right
ship real
at
quick.
that moment, a section of wall to the southwest collapses.
Like right between where Zargos is and that little corner there.
Right here. And a rampaging giant bursts through, giving a thundering roar. The wall is crumbling from his impacts upon it. You can see Duger and visitors alike fleeing from where the hole has been beaten into the wall there. And this giant, this is a two-headed giant, gray-skinned, bursts through, howling madly and lashing out left and right. He catches hold of somebody. His fist impacts somebody and sends them flying into a building, splattering, and you hear their bones crack. As he bellows, another of his swings impact a Durgar soldier, and his broken body flies through the air and crashes near you with a sickening crunch.
You think if we take this thing down, we might ingratiate ourselves with the city fathers?
We can try.
I'll look into if the guard landed right next to us. I would like to take a look at him or her, and see if it's alive or not.
Okay. As you look, he is dead.
Ooh.
You hear shouts coming from other guards, and they seem to be getting closer. Everybody give me a insight check.
20 for me.
16 for me.
10.
Winnie, as you stare from the back of the wagon or cart, you look at the faces on this two-headed giant, and they look one looks crazed, the other looks terrified, and you don't know why he is behaving like this or what he's afraid of. But as he moves through the opening, he moves in your direction, all of you.
I'm going to share with my compatriots. Listen, I think it might be running from something. I think we should get out of here. This doesn't feel right. We need to go.
That's why I had said get in the car.
Yeah, let's get some distance.
So.
All right, I'll go on foot.
I'm going back the way that we had came down here originally. So I'm going to go this way. I'm pulling the cart this way.
Okay.
I don't know how far I can go or how far you want me to go. So.
And I'll be lagging behind.
Let me just shrink these tokens a little bit.
Are you sure, Winnie, that's what you perceived?
Fear, for sure. I don't know if something scared it or it was charmed, but it did not seem angry. It seemed...
But it's killing the guards.
Yeah, I think it's panicking. I think that's panic. It seemed like fear and madness.
Several
and we know what
guards,
causes fear and madness.
Several
seen it.
guards are racing in to fight this creature.
I don't know.
I don't want to end up toe jammed.
I haven't heard that phrase in so long.
Do I see any guards coming our way or nearby?
There are a couple.
That I can reach, that I can just approach real quick?
There are a couple around the corner. The way that you need to flee with the cart.
Okay, so we're going this way then. Okay, that's the way I wanted to go.
And Unthgar sees them first. You see one guard and a Durgar Zaron.
Okay.
Zaron. Man, they make these things hard to say. And they are ignoring you as they are trying to get past you to go help fight this creature.
So they're gonna run right past you, Zargos.
All
You're
right.
behind us, right? You're behind us, Zargos.
Right. So if
Well, you
if they're coming my way and they're gonna pass me by, I'll step out of the shadows and ask them, "Do you need help with that?"
Okay. As they are running through the back of the shops here, the Durgar sees you and he pauses just long enough for you to ask, and he says, "Are you mad, man? Look at that thing. I don't know what's gotten into him, but we're gonna have to take him down." And they rush on.
I would like to follow it.
Okay.
I know that it's my friends went the other way, but I feel like I have to assist here. I'm stepping in the shadows again. And if I can see it without it seeing me, I would like to cast something on it.
Okay, let me just restart my API. Just take 1 second.
Does it look like the Demogorgon or anything like that? No.
No. It is simply a two-headed giant that has gone berserk. And they enter into battle against it, and they well, I don't even know what weapons these guys have. The Zarons are carrying lances, fire lances, and they are trying to force it back through the wall, while the Durgars are charging it and trying to hit it with war picks. And they are not they're dedicated, they're trained, but they're not having an easy time of it. You wanted to cast something?
All right, so they're trying to push him back or make him run back to where it came from, right?
Or kill him or knock him unconscious, whatever works.
All right, so I'm going to approach and cast Bane on it. No, I'm sorry. No, Bane is not a fear, right? No, that's not what I wanted to do. I thought that was some sort of fear, but it's not. I'm gonna
the
cast.
opposite of bless.
Right. I'm gonna cast Spike Growth, and then which is a 20-foot radius,
Okay.
and then pretty much set it up on top of it.
Alrighty. So you put spike growth. Do. I'm just gonna grab a circle here.
Yeah. I can just draw it and then just put it in like this. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I got it, man. I got it. So, actually, this is a pretty big area, so let's shrink it a little bit there so it doesn't affect the Duergar.
Right.
So, and spikes and thorns and spurs sprout from the ground beneath its feet, and it roars as it steps on. Does it take damage right away or when it moves?
When it moves.
Okay. So, alrighty. So, the Zorns strike at him with their fire lances, and they hurt it for a good 10 points each, so that's 20 total. And the Duergar try to strike him. Their picks enlarge in their hands to become larger somehow, and they attack, but they all miss him. And then he takes a step and swats at the Duergar closer to you. And where? Do. Wow. He rolls a 28 and he swats that Duergar hard. And then he roars in pain as his foot comes down on a thorn, piercing the arch of his foot on the bottom there. And he takes 3 points of damage from your spell.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the top of the round. Would you like to do anything?
And I would like to, if I can, then shoot it a few times.
Okay, roll initiative. Make sure your token's selected.
That's the kiss of death right there.
I didn't select it,
Okay. There, you're
but
added in.
it's 27. Yeah.
Okay, so top of the round, descending. What are Oathgar and Wenny? Are you going back to the ship?
That's what we were doing. I mean, you know, from what we know, he's just skulking behind us. We
Right.
don't know
Yeah.
They don't know.
Okay. Alrighty, so you can move your tokens to the ship, and you have
Okay.
your action.
Oops.
A reminder, if you have any points to spend, you could purchase extra attacks as well.
I'm just gonna stand at the end of the dock here and trying to figure out how to attach his lava ward to the car.
Okay.
So that way you know what I'm doing while he's fighting. So
That's your crossbow?
Yeah. So it's a 23 to hit,
That does hit.
and he takes 22 points of damage, and unless he's immune to poison, he has to roll.
He actually has a saving throw option.
Nice.
22 points of damage, you said?
Right.
Okay, you have another attack?
Yes, I do. Let's see. And that's a 20 to hit,
That hits.
and he takes 19 more. Another saving throw. Good.
Man, the rolls are good tonight.
And then he takes another 28.
Okay. Is that
And
one a saving throw?
Yep. And bonus action, doing it again for 20 and 17 more damage and another saving throw. Man, I hit him for a lot there.
Yeah, you did.
I took almost 80 or something close to it. But he's been saving. I mean, his constitution is incredible. I mean, he's a giant.
Yeah,
So
he's got a 20 constitution.
yeah.
Alrighty. Is that
So
the end
after
of the
that,
turn?
yep.
Okay, so the Zorons attack again, and their lances grow in their hands, and suddenly they spray flames, and he has to make a dexterity saving throw. And there's two of, wait, how many? Yeah, two of them. Oh, he finally suffered a little bit. Let's see. 3d10.
3d6.
3d6. Sorry, I was. Oh, it's only. Wow. 10 points of damage.
Oh wow! I got a free attack by a viewer.
Yes, he did.
So that I guess that tells no. That means I go again.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess the viewer wants his fight done and over with. Me too. It's late.
Yeah, it is really late tonight.
All right, you tell me when I can hit again.
After this battle, we'll call it a night.
Yeah.
You can do it right now.
All right, I'm gonna do all attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so
You hit on two of them.
2 of them. That goes with 2, a d4. So that is 12, 22 more.
You killed him.
Okay.
Now get out of there.
Right. No, I'm going to fade in and take out, leave, undo my concentration on the spell, and tell them that I'm going to pick up my bolts so that they know that it was me who shot
Can
it.
you step on the thorns?
No, I did.
No,
I broke my concentration, so the
Yeah,
spell faded. It's a
he
spell.
disenchanted it. Yeah, he disenchanted it. So.
And then I go pick up my bolts. so that they know again that it was me who really barraged all those bolts and took him down. And I'm gonna say, are you guys okay?
We're fine. Thank you for your help, good citizen.
Anything I can do to help?
You've earned our favor today.
Yes. Do I recognize anybody of higher ranking there?
No, the Zerons are a little bit higher ranking than the regular Dugars, but they have pretty strong weapons.
Okay, I'll look for you later on and talk a little bit, because perhaps since I did a favor to you guys, maybe you guys can do us a favor, me and my friends. But we'll talk about that. I'm gonna run some errands. Perhaps I'll see you again, and I leave. Trying to catch up.
The Zeron that you pass on the way out watches you go and shakes his head and walks over here to the others and say, they'll fall for anything, won't they? Let's get this big jalopy out of here.
All right, and then I'm heading back to the party.
So, you return to the ship, and let me move the viewer's map over there. So you
Sargos had to do it.
It was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So with that, we will be calling it a night. It is past 11:15. My apologies for only having a 3-hour episode tonight. We had some things come up. We will next episode be back to our regular scheduled time. There is one thing though, because this month and next month are holiday months, we are taking the last week of November and December off, which means we will not be back until the first Thursday of December. So, and that will be episode 21. And of course, I gotta encourage you to go to Winnie's Trousers.
Winnie's Trousers. Oh, no.
Winnie's Trousers? Do you mean the exploding trousers company?
Yeah,
Winnie's exploding trousers.
And well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody for blessing us with your presence. Like I said, Tuesday night, I said humankind be both. Human and kind. I don't know. Anyways, live long and prosper. Kindly humans. There you go. Be kindly, be human, be both. There we go. Live long and prosper. And anybody have anything else to add?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
I was just
There you
about
go.
to say.
My wife beat you to it.
Well, I was just not wanting to interrupt you when you're talking. I apologize. I was going to say that everyone have a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Here. And if anyone needs a gravy tutorial, find me on Discord. I'll be happy to talk you through it.
There you go. And Zargos?
I'm not gonna eat any turkey. I'm gonna eat pork. It's better.
Well,
That's how Puerto Ricans do it.
in my house, we are making a big ham and a big turkey. A
Nice.
20-pound turkey. We're feeding
Lovely.
a multitude of people. We're actually having 2 Thanksgivings. One is this Saturday, and then next Thursday. So,
Nice.
Along with friends.
and so, as this night comes to an end for the players, not the characters, when we return week after next, our adventurers will be setting out, leaving Gracklestew to face new dangers, to make more decisions that lead to greater risks, to go where they have not gone before.
Well,
Is
in
this a
bold manner.
5-year mission to get out of the dark, Underdark? We will find out. Tune in next session. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.